Yeah, how's it going? Today is 28th of February, Wednesday, and we are taking a look at the market. I thought I would be taking a look at some of the press releases, right? Today, let's do something different, right? So I have read some of the letters and also some of the speeches already today. I have woke up very early today. Either way, let's take a look at some of the press releases. I thought it might be worth taking a look at a gig economy, right? So perhaps people are looking to invent new ways of generating additional income, right? If they do have too much time, and how they are looking to perhaps optimize the time, right? It might be a little bit of fun, I guess, since topic itself it might not be that fun. But either way, so that would be celebrities and influencers joining forces to tackle loneliness. Alright. Briefly, I'll maybe take a look at this article. It might be important. If anything, we're gonna be jumping into a gig economy, right? So, some of the places in Asia, there are some people who are looking to rent their time when it comes to spending time with people and being friends, I guess. So, entire thing. We can either way. Let's take a look briefly, right? I won't be reading entire article. It will be perhaps important, but either way. TV personalities and social media influencers back the launch of government's campaign to address the stigma around loneliness in young people. Okay, okay. So there's something there. Perhaps if the funds made available. On that note, let's take a look at gig economy, and perhaps they're not necessarily limited to this particular way of renting your time and being someone's friend in return for some financial incentives. Let's take a look at perhaps 10 different ways of gig economy and for different ways for people to earn additional income. Okay, let's begin perhaps by understanding what does it mean, gig economy. Gig economy refers to a labor market characterized by short-term, temporary, or freelance jobs, often facilitated by online platforms or mobile apps, right? So it's connectivity, right? And how you can potentially have that connectivity. Would that be three different platforms or ways of engaging with the people, right? Building a landing page and offering all kind of services, right? And that might be something there. So that would be potentially a platform, perhaps a website, app, and a platform. Three different mediums, right? That's how I would break it down. But either way, in the gig economy, individuals typically work as independent contractors or freelancers rather than traditional employees. They often take on gigs, quote unquote, or specific tasks or projects for a short duration rather than committing for long-term employment with a single employer. That was just an example, right? So they would be referring to some of the projects as of driving jobs and or food delivery jobs, the writing jobs, the graphic design jobs, consulting jobs, various types of jobs, right? Let's take a look at perhaps 10 different examples of what kind of jobs we can find, right? Hopefully there would be no particular business that we would be referring to. I'm just trying to understand this industry. Might as well, while I'm doing it, perhaps share that information with others. Let's take a look at perhaps 15 examples. I ask for examples with no companies and or project names, right? So perhaps there are some people that are in the space doing a lot of work, good things, right? Perhaps there's a real problem if there's an elderly couple that cannot go to grocery shop, right? So perhaps there's a real problem, and there might be some people who look into address some of the real problems. It's not what this video is about, right? They're looking to address real problems. There's a real people, and there might be a big market share that, or perhaps different ways how problems can be addressed, right? As well as I don't know about the laws. There might be some changes. I think I have seen something about 6 months ago, roughly, in Europe when it comes to employment laws, and they need to offer more rights. And if you were a gig, taking part in some of the gigs, but I don't know all the details. But as of now, let's begin by trying to understand it. Let's take a look at 15 examples, right? That would be a ride-sharing driver, food delivery courier, freelance writer, graphic designer, web developer, virtual assistant, social media manager, transcriptionist, online teacher, handyman or woman, personal shopper, pet sitter, dog walker. I'm just trying to think some other examples, right? So some people, depending on your location, there are people who do make 40,000 a year from walking dogs. There are people who do that. Event planner, a house cleaner, fitness instructor, personal trainer. So that would be 15 different gigs, right? You're just reading all of these and or similar examples, right? I think the main problem would be, and if you were to answer this question, perhaps it's actually more for younger people, right? For most of these problems that was outlined and some of the people doing good things looking to address some of those problems would be, I would highly recommend when focusing, have in mind, do not change your time for money, right? Your time is within limited supply, so to say, right? So you would like to exchange your skills, for example, not your time for money. So if you could exchange your skills, that would be way better approach, right? Not necessarily people are interested in talking about these kind of things, but if you were to be able to exchange your skills for money and or get paid in return for exchanging your skills, that would be the best way of doing it. Let's take a look at this same issue when we're going to be looking to address gig economy, right? So same problem. Only thing that we will be changing is we won't be selling our time for money. Potentially, we're gonna be selling our skills and knowledge for money. For some, that might work a little bit better. But either way, let's take a look at what examples we can, or not necessarily those examples will be limited to ones that I'll be taking a look at. But that's really just an example, right? First one, creating and selling digital products such as ebooks, templates, or digital artwork. Okay. There are some companies that I know of in Europe who heavily marketing. I don't know if there's some promising options there, but there might be some opportunities when it comes to art, right? Perhaps, let's progress. Developing and selling software or mobile apps, right? Okay. There's different strategies how people can adapt to market fluctuations, changes, as well as on what softwares they can develop those apps. There might be a lot of opportunities of a lot of people. My limited research that I have done, right? A lot of people would be looking to sell very app very cheaply, right? And sell to as many people as they can, right? Instead of developing app very expensive and to sell it to just a handful of companies. So perhaps that's a strategy that I would go with. Let's progress. Building and monetizing YouTube channel, chart the revenue, sponsorships, and merchandise sales. Okay. Creating and selling online courses and educational materials. Okay. Building and monetizing blog, chart affiliate market, sponsor content, and product sales. Okay. Designing and selling customized merchandise throughout print on demand services. Okay, there might be some promising opportunities there. Depends. Offering consultation services in specialized areas such as marketing, finance, and business strategy. Okay. Providing coaching and or mentoring services in areas like career development, personal growth, or wellness. Right? Licensing creating work such as photography, music, and video clips for commercial use, right? But you would like to or consider doing that at the scale, right? So if it will be possible, how to do it at the large scale. Building and selling niche websites or online communities. Okay. Offering freelance services in high demand fields such as copywriting, SEO, digital marketing, providing virtual event planning and coordination services. Perhaps it depends. Usually there's two different types of companies that you're going to be working with, right? So it will be corporate or custom, right? But either way, I have tried it most of the thing, by the way. Creating and selling handmade crafts or artistical products throughout online marketplace. Okay, okay. I won't be commenting. Let's forget. Developing and selling online tools or utilizing for specific industries or niches, right? I can share some examples, but people perhaps already know what I'm referring to. Providing specialized services such as voice cover work, translation, and transcription on a per project basis, right? Have a chart number of professionals, right? And they usually would charge by number of words that would be voiced over, but I don't know. So some of the services perhaps could be all of those 15 that I have just mentioned, or a large part of those could be outsourced to software, right? So that would just perhaps some notes there. Quick example, right? I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just perhaps the way how I started this video, and perhaps I would close on this example, right? There's a lot of things that I'm not necessarily myself I do understand very well, but perhaps for others, if anything, around the new year there was something about renting dogs, right? There was an option where they have rented, I don't know, perhaps a lot of dogs. I don't know, maybe perhaps 20, not necessarily one or two, 20 dogs, and gave it to people for some time, right? So there are perhaps some opportunities there, and a lot of entrepreneurs doing what they're doing best, right? Well, that would be overall perhaps how we can address some of those issues, right? The dogs, and someone can take some dogs for a walk, I guess, if we need to tackle some of the loneliness, and there is a task force, right? Perhaps we can carry on renting dogs, I would say. That would be something, right? Thanks for watching. See you next one.